Hey, what's up? It's Terrell. Hey guys, right now I'm streaming, and thank you for checking in. Shout out to Twitch for the platform, but I need to check my battery length because I only have one battery, and I need to see how long I can go without my battery going dead or my camera shutting off. Because earlier I had the settings on time. I basically had the settings on timing out, and the highest setting it could go is 30 minutes. And so it was like it shut off after 30 minutes. But if I put it on the timeout to be never, then it shouldn't shut off. But we gonna see, because this is countdown. And let me make sure I'm up. What's up, chat? What's up, chat? Let me make sure I'm up. Chat, I'm up. Chat, I'm up. Chat, I'm up. Alright. So, yeah, man. So, what y'all up to? What are y'all up to? Man, I just want to encourage somebody right now. To be honest, I just want to encourage you to keep going, keep striving. You know, life is not always fair, but you can't take life too serious all the time. That's one of the reasons that I started streaming on Twitch, and that's one reason that I have positioned myself to have creative outlets, because when I create, it takes me back to a time when I was just a kid. It takes me back to the time where I just had an idea, and just to see any part of that idea come to life, it was amazing. It was like a jolt of energy. It was like, fuel in the tank. It was like accelerating. It just gave me life. And so that's why I'm here, man. But I just want to motivate somebody, because when I'm on YouTube at the end of the night, usually I'm just consuming. And I promise you, I have went so many days. I promise you, I have went so many months, you know what I mean? Year after year, for a certain period of time, just consuming, being inspired, being motivated, agreeing, disagreeing. I'm never trolling in the comments. That's not me. If I get in the comments, it's to give inspiration and motivation. But, I just want to encourage you to go from the consumer side to the producer side, because you're always going to be sitting back watching and living through somebody. And that's cool if, like for me, for instance, I'm done playing organized sports, and so I can live through people who are playing them now. You know what I mean? I can live through people who are doing it, because I have no desire to do that. So that is okay. When you literally are removed from something and you have zero desire to do it, then you can become a fan of it, and it's okay to live through people, that do that. But on the flip side, on the other side, you know what I'm saying? It's like, if you find yourself having an idea, and you have an idea in your head, and then you have a vision in your heart. They say sight is of the eyes, vision is of the heart. You can be blind and still have vision. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you see yourself and you absolutely positively have these visions and these dreams, but then you're so busy consuming other people's lives, you so busy consuming other people's products and other people's pages and content and, you know, whatever the activity may be, relationships or whatever it is. Like, you don't want to become so much of a consumer that you consume yourself out of your ideas and your opportunities. And what's for you is for you. I definitely believe that. So let's say that right there. It's not like somebody can come take something that you're not willing to give up when it comes to your destiny and when it comes to, you know, being in line with what God created you to do. I'm a firm believer of that. But we do know there's a way that you can please God. And you can please God by maximizing the gifts and the talents that He gave you. The gifts and the talents that He gave you. And, you know, that's why I was motivated to go from consumer to producer, because I would consume the content. Like when I was young, bro, I straight up watched a bunch of Jamie Foxx videos. Straight up Jamie Foxx videos. Like I could literally pull up now, and if I pulled it up, I would know exactly what he's saying. I would know exactly what the characters are saying. I know everything about him. But that wasn't my lane. I'm not trying to sing. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even trying to do music at that time. I wasn't even like it couldn't even enter my mind that me being from where I'm from could even like how do you say it? Could even, let me make sure I ain't got no. Oh, chat up there too. I'm tripping. The chat right here. But what's up, chat? But I couldn't even fathom at the time even becoming an actor. Like being in entertainment, I couldn't even fathom that as a business coming from the city that I come from. And that's not to knock my city, because I love my city, but I just didn't like correlate Jamie Foxx. He was such like, man, that's Jamie Foxx, the amazing, the one, like, you know what I mean? So I was able to admire and live through him because he from Terrell, Texas. My name is Terrell. It's not Terrell. So if you see this right now, my name is Terrell. Terrell. Not Terrell. Even though it makes sense, but that's just not my name. So anyways, I say that to say I could live through Jamie Foxx at the time. I could watch a bunch of his videos and not feel like I'm missing out on nothing that God meant me to do, because I never felt like anything Jamie Foxx was doing, God had put that talent in me. So it was like, I'm cool watching it. But when basically I went through changes as far as my path. Let's just say that. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna get too deep into it. But I went through a few changes, expected and unexpected. You know, you gotta go check out my page, and I'll give you other resources if you really wanna delve into my storyline and my lifeline and all that. But now I'm just here to motivate you, and also, like I said, this is a test for the battery life. You know what I'm saying? But I'm always gonna motivate. Anybody that knows me knows that I want to inspire you. I want to motivate you. You know what I'm saying? I want you to understand that God has a plan for you. I want you to understand that we were all created with a unique influence and an imprint that the world is waiting to receive. And that's just what I stand for, man. That's what I stand for, you know. And it's like once I had certain changes as far as occurring, then what I was able to do became different. And that's when I saw that I re-tapped into my creative spirit and my creative side. And that had been so suppressed, you know, within the field that I was in prior, And so now it's like, oh man, like I would be in different places and people will be, expressing their art, and I would just be like, well, what about this, or think about this, or like things would come to my head and they be looking at me like. But I say that to say this: there comes a point where you have to take the ownership of your creativity, and you have to do what's within your power to create a path and a space for the gifts and talents that you have. And as long as you're overly consuming, you can never reach your own potential. And so it comes a time where the student must become the teacher, just like the consumer must become the producer. We all have something in this world that we can produce. It doesn't have to be tangible, but you can produce laughter, you can produce love, you can produce happiness, you can produce joy, or you can produce chaos, which I don't stand for. But out of everything we are as humans, as flawed as we are, as different as we are, I'm just here to inspire people to go from consumer to producer. Essentially because I believe that people hate, and I heard hate was an acronym for having an attitude towards everything, and sometimes I say having adversity toward everything. And I think people hate, but not all of them have hate in their heart. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like, a lot of people hate, but not all of them have hate in their heart. You know what I mean? Let me turn my mic up because it might not be, because I'm talking low right now. But yeah, a lot of people who hate don't necessarily have hate in their heart. They just have a confusion or a lack of vision for what they can do themselves. So as long as you're consuming at a rate higher than you're producing, or if you're taking in things that other people have as opinions more than you're able to explore your own and test your own theories, then you might find yourself frustrated, and the only people that you know who to take it out on is the same people who you've been consuming. You feel what I'm saying? And so it's like, give yourself space to feel whatever you feel, but at the same time ask yourself this question: what's the last thing that I've put out and given myself a chance to be ridiculed or misunderstood or loved or hated, whatever the situation may be? When's the last time I put myself out there to be evaluated? And that's what I encourage people to do, man. Now, creativity is not for everybody, just like streaming is not for everybody, YouTube is not for everybody, football is not for everybody. All things aren't for all people. But in the same token, like, if it's in your heart and if it's who you are, then you should go for it. On your level, you should go for it. Me personally, I feel like I've always been a walking content machine. By the grace of God, like, I went through stages of what to say and learning how to filter myself, and evolving, and getting through all of my life's experiences. I've always kept a perspective of how can this be a lesson for myself, and how can this be a lesson for other people, good, bad, and different. How can I make my life a living testimony of what God is able to do in people's lives? You know what I mean? And that's the main thing that I'm trying to do with this channel, and that's what I'm trying to do with who Terrell Jackson is, period. Because Many doors have closed, but at the same time, you know, like Steve Harvey say, a door might close, but you know, just walk up the hall. Walk up the hall. You know what I'm saying? Walk up the hall. And so that's all I'm saying, man. Let me look at the chat right now. How we looking in the chat? Bad. But yeah, man. So the moral of the story is go for it. Go for it. You know, go. If I don't do nothing else, I want to say 100 times. Go for it, 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 go for it. You know what's crazy? You know I just figured? You know what I just figured out? If you continue to say go for it, then eventually you're gonna find yourself saying go forward. How you drop that thing? I'm just now streaming, but I need to get them bombs on here, and I ain't got all that figured out yet, but I would drop a bomb if I could, man. If you continue to say go for it, eventually you're gonna find yourself saying go forward. Go for it, 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 go for it. Feel what I'm saying? Crazy. Crazy. But for real though, man, just go for it. Go forward, go forth, move for it. Don't be afraid to fail, man. And listen, I'm saying this through experience. I'm saying this through trials and what I felt like was wasted time. You know what I'm saying? It's like I have I wouldn't say beat myself up, but I've spent days in my mind going through so many steps of a vision and consume my way out of having time and finding time to exercise that vision in actuality, in reality. You know, it may be a fancy way of saying daydreaming, but I'm simply saying that, you know, we all have something to give to the world. And it's just not about taking. It's not about receiving all the time. You want to give. You know, just like a bank. If a bank always if a bank always receives money and never gives out money, I guarantee you that bank is eventually gonna close because you're not giving no loans out. You know what I'm saying? You're not financing no cars. You don't provide insurance. You're not giving back to the community. You don't how you gonna stay in business? You know what I mean? A bank, you know, is for cash flow, and we ourselves are an investment. We're an investment, you know, first by God, our Creator, you know, secondly by the people that birthed us. That was an investment. They have a vested interest. You know, mothers invested anywhere from 4 months to 9 months, depending on if you was a premature baby. I don't assume everybody took 9 months to be born, but I say that to say we're all investments, and we have to give back and look at how we can make a return on those who have invested in us in the way that we would want to return in people who we have invested in. And so I'm grateful for this Twitch platform and the other platform, you know, YouTube, so on and so forth, because what I'm finally getting to the point to realize is that as long as I take those steps toward the vision that's in my heart, and I have pure intentions, and I'm not trying to be perfect and all of, always on all the time. Like, as long as I'm being the legitimate, authentic me, then there's room for me in this world. And that's what I would tell you. There's essentially the least amount of competition when you're being yourself. And if you always be yourself, then nobody else will have more practice at being you than you have at being yourself. And so there's room for you. And if you're a creator, I just want to say shout out to all the creators, essentially, because if you're a creator and you're on any one of these platforms, whether you have 0 viewers or hundreds of thousands of viewers, millions of viewers, whether you have 0 followers or subscribers, no matter what, I want to tell you the good news is that you are in the category with every great person and amazing person that you've always admired and looked up to. Well, how do you say that, Terrell? You're in the category of those of us who got started. Drop the bomb. That's the one of the things that all of us in this world can have in common with the greats, no matter who it is getting started. Get started. Get started. Get started. Get started. Finish is better than perfect. Going is better than guessing. Having results is better than having regrets. How many bombs y'all want me to drop, man? Told you I'm a walking content machine, but only by the grace of God. Real talk. So yeah, I'm coming up on 23 minutes. Okay, remember I told y'all at 30 minutes, the previous setting on my camera at 30 minutes was set to shut off. But I believe I disabled that setting, so we have about 7 minutes to see if the camera's gonna shut off. So while we're doing that, how about we check out what Casanat got going on? Let's check out what Casanat got going on. This is stuff I would be normally doing anyway. You feel me? If I wasn't on here. Oh, and by the way, man, the ads is crazy. How do I do I have to subscribe to get out of these ads? Cause the ads is stupid, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to ya. Ooh yeah. I ain't even gonna lie to ya. Man, I got so many ideas on buttons I want to have. Okay, what they doing? You got proceed.
Wait, so I look at the right here now. Ray really got me right. Yeah, I did that special crib. I missed that crib. I did special crib. Like crib's like that shit's like our crib is like now you home, but then when you go up the block, like, you guys gonna see a man in crib. You're like, please take the bird. It's on the way soon. Bust down at the I look at the right here now. Ray really got me right. Yeah, I did that special crib. I missed that crib.
Alright, I'm trying to minimize myself right now.
Our crib is like,
there we go.
Home, but then when you go up the block, like, you guys gonna see a man in crib. Like, it's like a house, bro. Dad, I'm a genius.
I told you, bro.
That's gonna be tricky without
wings. I told you. Let me turn this down a little bit.
Red Bull. It gives you wings.
I told y'all the ass is crazy, man. Somebody put in the chat, how do I minimize? Somebody probably gonna be like, follow. Somebody probably gonna be like, you watching Casanat, you ain't even subscribed and you don't even follow him. Bro, I just got on here, bro. Get off the gas. Get off the gas. I told y'all I was working on producing, not consuming. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna support. But I'm telling you, man, these commercials is crazy, bro. Let's see what they got.
What happened in that basement really changed it.
October 17th.
Dead is just a word.
Ethan Hawke.
What do you think happens?
Shout out to Training Day, Ethan Hawke.
When you die.
Black Phone 2. Yeah, no, I'm good on the scary movies. I'm good on the scary movies. I ain't gonna lie to you. You talking about creative people. You talking about somebody, if you tell me something, I can envision it. You know what I'm saying? Like the stuff I be studying in the Bible and all that. I really just don't want to get into the scary movie. Like I could watch a stupid scary movie, like a funny scary movie. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like deep storylines and real research happenings, nah, bro. I'm good on that. I'm good.
And get some ideas back.
But yeah, shout out to the chat though, man. Shout out to the chat. Gotta bring it back.
With Prime Big
You know
Deal
what
Days
I'm
coming
saying?
October
Cause I
7th
said it like
Bring
that.
This is a deal away.
I ain't really tripping. I'ma live my life. My fiance 3 on commercial. I'm watching somebody with some knives. Yeah. We only got one live. And I'm trying to get it right. Yeah. I got a family to provide for, so I can't go for more. And you know what's going down. Oh. This the other thing. The commercials be happening, then it'll freeze. I bet they don't have none of these problems when you subscribe, bro. I bet they don't have none of these problemos when you subscribe. Oh yeah. The other day, Casanat had the giveaway, because at the end of the day, he always give away a computer or something. And you had to like type a number, you had to type something in the chat. And I went to type, and it was like, oh, you got to be subscribed for at least this amount of time to be able to be in the chat and this and that. I was like, oh, okay. So, yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that man getting his just due. Why Twitch get it too? Yeah. Why the chat come through? Huh. Alright, them boys back.
As a group, you have to be locked in. I think I can do it, but I don't. But you should not jump the gun. Who the fuck is this? What the 50 gifted? And I think A and P are all bring like the best. I think the best out of each other. So way different, bro. It's so our personality is so different from each other. Is it a 50 gifted? You an artist, bro? They spell your name crazy. Thank you. Say it again.
I said, because you
No, I just said like our personalities way different from each other, but we still like, you know. It's
Yeah,
still,
it meshes.
Yeah.
It mesh.
and y'all like not like niggas is riding behind me like word to my dad. Like niggas say something about anybody. What?
Yeah, but you gotta know how to move,
You
bro.
feel me?
You gotta know how to move. You gotta know how if one do something, it affect everybody as a group. And you gotta just know. Y'all should have somebody that wants to take control and shit. Like, yo, Def with the father you so much. Mr. G wants the father you so much. I think like niggas like Davis, like niggas don't even know, but Davis actually put so much time into the group. You feel what I'm saying? Niggas like Duke. Duke has never missed an A&P shoot ever. And this whole time being an A&P, he has never missed an A&P shoot. Big Wolf Dog, I think you here tonight, right? Or tomorrow? That's for the 50 gifted. You won tonight for Mafia. Big Wolf Dog, I've been waiting to meet you. That's for the 50 gifted.
Wait, so you say he never missed one A&P
Duke
shoot?
has never missed it, right? He's never missed an A&P shoot. He's flawless.
Yeah, I think I missed my first one this
Yeah,
year.
you just missed your first one.
Yeah.
Duke and who though? Is Duke and Agent or Davis?
Dang, that's crazy to be like another member never missed one. You just missed yours. That's
Davis.
crazy,
I don't
bro.
think Davis ever missed it.
I don't think he ever missed.
I missed the shoot. Jay Williams in 5. I definitely missed one. I missed like 2.
Damn, nah, Davis ain't. I don't think he
Look, man, here's the thing. While they going through this,
I didn't get T with another 10 gifted.
they're essentially just relaxing right now, maxing and relaxing, having a powwow and whatnot. But look, I know a lot of people might have that opinion like, well, man, such and such supposed to be Christian and such and such supposed to believe in this and believe in that. And like, we want to try to box people into what we feel like the entire picture is supposed to look like. Does that make sense? Like, of course, we all stand on these principles. Of course, we all believe in what we believe in. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the Bible say his ways are not our ways. So, in other words, you just seen them speaking on biblical principles, but you got to see it to see it. You got to know it to know it. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? They speaking on punctuality. They speaking on treating your neighbors like you want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? These is golden rules. These is essentially biblical principles. But if your heart don't desire to see good in a person, then you're never going to be able to grasp and make the connection to anything good they do. And that's part of some people hating. So I just want to say that. But see, so now I know, bro, like, I gotta, my bad, chat. We froze for a second because now I know that's what I'm gonna have to do on longer streams, is that when that camera get towards 30 minutes, it likes to cut off and you gotta restart it. I thought I disabled it. But you all I got. So me and you gotta be here. You all I got right now. Gotta be here. Let's lock in, baby. But yeah. Let's take a long walk down to the park. After the dog, yeah, let's take a long walk. And then in my environment, everybody's settling down, so I can't just be super loud and whatnot. But what I'm going to do is what I would normally be doing right now. Y'all know who Queso is? Shout out to Queso. I've been watching his story a lot lately. He seemed like a cool dude. Blew up quick. It's Terrell, the king of the Real Show Click. Oh yeah, another video I was reacting to, and it come down to this, bro. While we here, let's chop it up. So, this is obviously a business. Content creation has become a huge business, right? So it's easy to get caught up in the numbers, the metrics, the strategies, looking at analytics, so on and so forth. And essentially that's all fine and dandy. But one of the things, like I was saying, one of the things that keeps some of us who should have been producing, one of the things that keeps us from producing is that we get overwhelmed with chasing perfection. And okay, what's the best way to start? What's the best way to start? Okay, I seen this strategy, your first 10 days creating content, and that seemed good, but then you see another one. Oh, what they didn't tell you about your first 10 days. Then you see another one. Well, really, we've been doing this all wrong in our first 10 and 14 days, so I have a 7-day how-to for you. And it's like, at the end of the day, bro, if you in it for the metrics and you in it for the money and you in it for the dollars 100%, it's just not gonna be right. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be right. And I'm gonna put a link in the description of my video that I did that talked about you're finally ready. Let me get official right now. You are finally ready. That thing you've been chasing, that thing you've been trying to conquer, that status, that amount, you've been doing all you felt you could do for so long. And then you finally stopped chasing. You stopped chasing. Then it started chasing you. You know why? Because you proved that you could live without it. Bombs. Because like there's this sign that I see, and I know I'm mature because it's a scripture. Let me look at this scripture. Let's look at this scripture. Let me look at this scripture. Daniel 3:18. Daniel 3:18. Check that out, man. Check that out, man. Chat, my bad for the delay, chat. But check this out. Daniel 3:18 is part of a dialogue where Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego respond to King Nebuchadnezzar's threats to cast them into a fiery furnace for refusing to worship a golden image. In this verse, the three men boldly state that even if their God does not save them, they will still not serve the king's gods, little g, or worship the golden statue. This declaration highlights their unwavering commitment to their faith in God above any earthly ruler or idol, emphasizing a trust in God's deliverance, but promoting loyalty to him even in the face of certain death. Okay, so remember that I told you that thing that you was chasing, that thing that you wanted, that status, that power, that relationship, that amount of money, like whatever it may be that you were in hot pursuit of, understand it was two paths that you could have went. Okay, in this story in the Bible, you got King Nebuchadnezzar, who is essentially the king, you know, and not to go too far in the backstory, but Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were essentially refugees in King Nebuchadnezzar's land. But Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were followers of God, the true one God, you know, the creator and the father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And so Nebuchadnezzar had a rule where everybody had to bow down to him and worship this golden statue, idolizing it. And basically, to make the long story short, it's like, look, man, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego refused. And King Nebuchadnezzar gave them a few more chances, and they essentially refused again and again. And because they refused, he threw them into a fiery furnace and cranked it up 7 times hotter than it normally would be. And before we get to the end of that story, let me just go back in context of what I was even talking about, bro. Like, remember I said that thing that you've been chasing, that status, that power, that understanding, whatever it is that you've been chasing, that you want so desperately, just like I said, it's two paths you can go. You can either go through God for it, or you can go away from God for it. Let me say that again. You can either go through God in pursuit of what you're trying to do, or you can go away from God in the pursuit of what you're trying to do. And many people who actually have a heart for God go through more trials and tribulations because of not wanting to compromise their faith and their belief in God, our faith and our belief in God. And so it takes a little bit longer, or you might have the perspective and the awareness of some obstacles that other people don't even have to worry about. You know what I mean? And so it's just like a dilemma. Since the beginning of time, you know, the enemy, the adversary, the darkness has always tried to give good a dilemma to choose between standing on principles, standing on business for the kingdom, standing on kingdom business, or going to the dark side, compromising, giving away, you know what I'm saying? Doing anything to get what you want or what you think you want. And so to give context, let me just say this. The reason I pull this up is because when I said you finally ready, you ready if you endured all that and you came to a point where you stopped chasing and stopped pursuing. Not because you lost talent, not because you got tired, not because you got frustrated, but because something said, you know what? I can do this. But there may be a bigger picture to why it's not happened just yet. So let me sit and reflect. And then that same thing started chasing you. Because you're just now realizing, oh, I could live without that. Yeah, I want that. But I'm not going to do that for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want success. I want wealth. I want to have a good standing in the community. But if that means sacrificing my family, you know what I'm saying? Being everything for everybody and nothing to those who I want to be with, then essentially it's like, nah, I'm good. So after God sees that, okay, you're not going, okay, I see you not in so many ways. You're not gonna bow to the fatty. You're not gonna bow to the golden calf. So I'm gonna take care of you. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it says, and if not, he's still God. You're basically showing that, look, man, I could live without everything, but don't take God away from me. But yeah, anyways, man, I didn't mean to go into a Bible study class, but it is what it is, though. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It is what it is. It's another thing I like to do right here. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. And sometimes this thing be cheating too. Ooh, if I had a Sega or something right now, I promise. Chat, what y'all know about this? What y'all know about this, chat? Everybody know I'm waiting on that big square. Big square. And you know they gonna try everything not to give it to me. It's coming next though. You see it? Yeah, it's coming next. I see it. Oh man, I pressed the wrong button. Hey, you know what this game taught me? You know what this game taught me? I'm gonna tell you in a minute. When you try too hard to fit in, you disappear. That's what this game taught me. What you mean? It's lessons of life and everything. That's why I say you get what you looking for. You know? You gotta expect greatness. You gotta, not entitlement, but just based on what you thinking. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people use the word manifest. You can use that word. You know, I ain't tripping on the word as long as we speaking the same language. You feel me? As long as we got the same intent behind it. What happened to my music, bro? What happened to the music? What happened? This is my perfect one I've been looking for. Told you. You expect. See, really, this is better for this part right here. Because I got another one coming up. You know what I'm saying? And we back. And we back. And we back. Yeah, yeah. And we back. Yeah. And we back. And we back. And we back. Yeah, yeah. And we back. Yeah, yeah. I'm in this Tetris. No, I'm living in Texas. I never drove a Lexus. But I used to ride a Beamer. And they got a city in Texas named Kima. Yeah. And you know it's by the lake. Trying to win on purpose. I ain't trying to make mistakes. Yeah. Ain't never had taste to be average. So I stay up in my place. Stay up in the race. I'm only racing against myself. Yeah. Used to play the ball. I got trophies on the shelf. Yeah. Yeah, I came to chill and you know what's going down. Yeah, I'm from Texas. That's the tea time. Shout out to the chat. Yeah. Bring them blocks back. Yeah. See, this game taught me that, like, if you have a strategy, even though it ain't perfect, eventually things will line up to where they benefit from you. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't even trying to be all like philosophical and stuff. I'm just telling the truth. I'm telling the truth, man. I'm telling the truth. 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 Yeah, I see what I got coming up next, and I got a decision to make. Think I'm gonna go there with it. Think I'm gonna go there with it. And I'm finna try something slick. And go there with it. And go there with it. Somebody in the chat like I need to stop playing the bootleg and play the real game. Hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do till you can do what you wanna do. You feel me? Yeah. 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 Man, I really could. Now I'm in a pickle. Let's put it in position. Won't he do it? Yeah. Now I see why them people be going fast, because once you get to breaking them blocks, you don't really be... Oh, nah, they go fast because I forgot it speed up. Oh, look at me trying to speak too soon. I done forgot how this game really go. Real talk. See, when I was younger, I used to always be waiting for that perfect thing. But you gotta take what you can get. Then split. Man, really, T? What's going on in the chat, though? Chat, you got my back, though? Can't go chasing waterfalls either, man. Man, I just tripped out. But guess what? Clutch. Clutch. Ooh, I wanted to try to, like, flip that one last minute, bro. Now I'm tripping, cause I ain't gonna make no excuses, but this can. I'm on the MacBook, bro. You know what I mean? So. God dog it. Dang, bro. Oh, I'm losing concentration. I don't want no credit for that, man. Chat. 57 minutes. Yeah. But anyway, man, I think I'm but yeah, man, now I know I'm just trying to wait 3 more minutes to like make certain that that camera cuts off. Now I know I can really do at least an hour stream. Before stuff start going dead and stopping. Stop. Drop. Shut them down. Open up shop. Oh no. That's how Rough Riders roll. RP to DMX, man. RIP to the DM to the X, bro. So yeah, let's see. I think I'm just trying to make sure it's not the settings, man. Chat was good though. Yeah, man. But we in here, man. We in here. The name of the game is consistency. You know, that's the name of the game. Okay, we in here an hour. I'm gonna go ahead and end the chat and the recording.